it's Brother Blonde. I thought today I would talk about a subject that I have never talked about before, and it's interesting how this whole topic came up in our household. Mrs. Brother Blonde and I had been sort of talking about it and thinking about it a little, and decided to take some steps of our own. But then I received a Facebook post today from a friend of mine who's also a YouTube subscriber of mine, and it's all about the negative sides to fluoride in water. Now, a lot of you know that for decades and decades, governments have been fluoridizing, putting fluoride in water, our drinking water, whether we want it or not, to allegedly reduce the tooth decay in kids. This photo that my friend posted listed all of the bad side effects from drinking fluoride. Cancer, reduced thyroid effectiveness, reduced bone density, all of that. If you're seeing the photo now, it means that I was able to extract it and put it on my video. If not, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. But anyway, so in the photo, the caption also showed a drinking bottle, and the person saying, well, I'm going to drink my pure water, or something like that, from now on. And it's really interesting that this appeared when it did, because only a few days ago, my wife and I decided that we would no longer drink the tap water, or even just standard filtered water, but we would actually go down the path of drinking distilled water. Not demineralised water, but distilled water, steam distilled. And we found one of the supermarkets we go to sells it, and oh wow, just the taste of it. I don't know what your drinking water is like, but drinking water in Sydney certainly has a taste. I can't describe the taste, it just tastes like Sydney drinking water. Anyway, we're starting to think about now whether we go the next step and buy a benched top steam distillation unit. Because you think about it, pure rainwater goes up, comes down, and it's effectively distilled water. And there's no additives in it to make it safer. There's certainly no fluoride. And a lot of the dentists are now saying that well, I might say a lot of the dentists, a few of the ones that are prepared to stick their neck out, to saying that, well, you know, maybe the studies are showing nowadays that with different diets and certainly fluoride treatment at the dentists and fluoride in the toothpaste, that actually swallowing fluoride itself in the drinking water doesn't really have the good effect that perhaps they thought it had years ago. And I know, you know, when you have your toothpaste, you don't swallow it, you spit it out. When you have your fluoride treatment at the dentist and you have to sit there for 5 minutes or a few minutes and then spit the stuff out, you don't swallow it. So why they're getting us to swallow it in our drinking water when it really has no great effect is beyond me. Now, there are a lot of countries in Europe now that are banning fluoride from water, which is interesting considering it was the governments that sort of put them in the first place. Or I guess it was the Dental Association or whatever. Now, I'm not against the Dental Association, don't get me wrong, but things have probably changed a little bit now, and if you actually do a search to find out where fluoride comes from, it's actually a toxic waste product from the manufacturer of fertilizer. Now, do you really want that in your mouth or in your system? No thanks. So the fluoride debate is quite an interesting one. There's a city in it's either in South Australia or Queensland that all the residents have signed a petition, not all the residents, but about 6,000 of them, and it's not a huge place, so a fairly large percentage of the population have signed a petition to stop the local council putting fluoride into their main drinking system. It's in the system, but they don't want it actually in the water catchment area, like the actual dam where the water collects. And a lot of studies are showing now that there's been with the countries that have stopped the fluoride, there's been no increase in the amount of cavities that kids or adults or whatever are experiencing. A lot of it comes down to diet and eating sugary stuff and all that sort of stuff, which we know causes decay. The actual reduction of fluoride itself has done nothing. It's probably actually increased the overall health benefits of them not drinking the fluoride. The other interesting thing with the fluoride is that even the dentists are saying don't use fluoridated water for your infant's formula, because it can create dental fluorosis, which is a bad condition of the teeth, or they're weak and they crumble and they're really bad and stuff. So even the dentists are saying. So it's just a bizarre kind of thing. So anyway, leave your comments. I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are. I know what my thoughts are. You know what my thoughts are. And I certainly want my kids to have healthier drinking water. See this little railway bridge here? This is where we found the snake in one of my previous videos. Right on the corner here. Just where that little bit of grass is there. Just on that curb. Right there. That's where it was.